Hello, guys. I want to quickly talk to you today about the Clarity Act. What's going on with the Clarity Act now? So, for those that don't know what the Clarity Act, the Clarity Act is probably the most important legislation that the digital assets crypto industry has ever seen in their life. Okay, this is the most important legislation that we have ever seen for this industry. And I'm going to quote Mr. Wonderful from Shark Tank. He said, "You better hope that you're alive when the Clarity Act, this act called Clarity Act, market structure bill, gets passed, because there are trillions and trillions of dollars waiting on the sidelines to be invested in the crypto market." From who? The banks. And why does this Clarity Act really matter so much? The banks, they want to get involved in this industry. But the problem is they don't fully trust all the manipulation and issues and legislations and how it's going to affect them, right? Because they don't want to put this kind of people's money, funds, into an industry that they don't really trust, understand, and all that stuff, right? But now they've adopted, they've trusted, they've done their research. So now they just need a framework to finalize everything. So we're almost there at the end. Okay? So the status update with that was that Congress, they have already come to like this agreement and conclusions to move forward together to get this thing done. But there was a problem, a gatekeeper, right? Guess who was? Coinbase, Brian Armstrong, the CEO of Coinbase, was the hindrance for this thing to move forward. It's inevitably it's going to move forward, okay? It's going to get done. But he has delayed it again. It is the second time he threw a curveball to us. We're all awaiting this thing to be passed, because the moment this thing passes, woo, it's going to be exciting times, okay? So why does he continue to hinder this thing? According to him, the CEO of Coinbase, he's doing it to defend the industry. Oh, I don't want banks to come into our industry to say that yield, that Coinbase and exchanges like Coinbase cannot give yield. Stablecoins. What are stablecoins? For those that don't know, stablecoins are digital dollars, right? USDT, USDC, right? These are digital dollars. So you put it on Coinbase or Kraken or one of those type of exchanges, and they'll give you an interest of 3 to 5%. Okay. Whereas on the bank side, you don't get much on your savings account. So the issue is this: the banks are afraid that if Coinbase gets to do what they want and continue to get 5%, 3 to 5% yield on stablecoins, then a lot of people are going to leave and move their money over to exchanges like Coinbase. This is the fear of banks like Bank of America and JP Morgan and all that stuff, right? So they're all in this right now. They're all having this discussion, right? Representatives of these companies are in this discussion. And Coinbase's side of the argument was that, oh, this is a fair playing field. If we can give 3 to 5%, you guys can also give 3 to 5%. So what's the problem? Okay. And that's what Brian Armstrong is sort of defending. Okay. But the problem is the banks aren't regulated like, or let me rephrase that. Coinbase isn't regulated like the banks are. Coinbase has a lot more leniency. So you Coinbase aren't subject to the same requirements as the banks do. So if you want to play like the banks, you should also be subjected to the same rules, but you're not. So it's not fair for Coinbase to make those statements against the banks. I'm not supporting the banks in this case at all. I'm just trying to look at it from a bipartisan, from objective, from a neutral perspective. And I think that Coinbase should just give it up and let the bill pass. But instead, CEO of Coinbase is selfishly, that's the keyword here, selfishly thinking about his own pockets. The stablecoin money that he makes when people park their money into stablecoins and the transactions that happen there is where he makes a lot of money there. But he also makes a lot of money in other areas, right? So this is just greed, right? This is just greed. The industry has helped you. Give back the industry. Let the market structure bill pass. But no, he does not. He's trying to make it very difficult, okay? And blaming the banks and telling the people it's because of them, because he's looking out for them. No, you're not looking out. He's not looking out for the people, okay? He's looking out for himself. And that's exactly what Coinbase is doing, is looking out for himself, not the industry. So I hope he would just stop saying that he's looking out for himself, right? And I want the people to understand this, so that way they don't defend Coinbase in Coinbase's hypocrisy. Okay, because Coinbase is just CEO, not the whole firm. Coinbase CEO is being a hypocrite right now, and I'm not trying to take sides. I'm not trying to criticize him, but that's what he's doing, and he's pretending that it's the banks who are the bad guys. No, this is not the case. The banks want to play. Let's play, right? And here's my message to the banks. Well, I think that even if Coinbase was to, even if they allowed Coinbase to give 3 to 5% yield, right? There's no way that a lot of this old money is going to move their money into Coinbase and Kraken and all these crypto shit. Absolutely not. One, they don't even trust them, right? The security issues there that they don't trust, right? And so they don't trust these type of organizations to go and move billions of dollars onto Coinbase. No, these clients would not do that because they just don't have the confidence in exchanges like that. So I don't think that banks should be afraid of that, okay? But nonetheless, I love what XRP's Brian Garlinghouse stated. XRP's Brian Garlinghouse said, "Don't let perfection be the enemy of good, because the bill that was proposed is good. But Coinbase wants something perfect for them, and don't let perfection be the enemy of good, right? Take it as is and let's move forward." As Mr. Wonderful said, when this bill called the Clarity Act passes, it's going to be incredible. And Mr. Witt from the White House, UITT, he said, he's one of the crypto advisors in the White House, he said, there are trillions on the sideline waiting, okay? So now, what does that mean for you and I, right? So again, I'm positioning myself. Again, this is not financial advice, right? I know it's hard right now. The market keeps going up and down, up and down, up and down, right? They're trying to shake you out, okay? Because the institutions want to take over this industry, okay? And want to kick you out. How do they kick you out? Shake the market up, down, up, down. You get frustrated, you get upset, you get pissed off, and you sell and you get out, right? This is what's happening right now. So a lot of retailers have been exiting, and that's fine. Right? But there's some that are not going to exit, okay? Because they understand the games, right? They go up, down, makes you lose confidence, makes you just tired, right? Sick and tired, all that, right? But as Warren Buffett said, the stock market is a mechanism to move money from the impatient to the patient. And this is where we're at right now, right? Patience, right? 2026 is going to be good, okay? There's a lot coming up soon, okay? But I know it's been a rough Q1. It hasn't been great. We thought it was going to be a good Q1, but it hasn't been that great. So, but I do believe the second half of this year will be explosively amazing. Okay, because remember, some of these things, within a twinkle of an eye, things can move very quickly. All right, so all this downside stuff, what am I doing personally? I'm accumulating more on discount. Right? Bitcoin was at 126. It went all the way down, almost 50%. What's the price of Bitcoin right now? Let me look at my phone. Bitcoin is currently at just around 67,000. That's almost a 50% discount from the all-time high. How do I look at this? I look at it as a sale. I look at this as an opportunity. As Michael Saylor said, this is a sale. All right? Bitcoin's on sale. Crypto's on sale. Because when those institutions come in, it's too late. They are already in. And they're just buying over the counter, right? OTC, right? So they're going to keep buying, accumulating quietly. And once things pop off, it's going to be too late for you to get in. So for me, as I continue to, accumulate paychecks after paycheck, I put a portion into stocks, crypto, and other areas. Again, this is not financial advice. Do your own research. Past performance does not guarantee future outcomes. So this is what I'm doing. I just want to share it to you, and I hope it helps you. Don't get mad in understanding, okay? Because you can, you will, you must, right? And remember, when you're in doubt, zoom out. What does that mean? When you look at the stock market over 50 years, where does it go? Always goes up. We've been through wars. We've been through COVID. We've been through so many things. What happens to the markets? It continues to go up. right? Obviously, crypto and other areas are a little bit more volatile and a little bit more riskier than the S&P index or the NASDAQ index, okay? But overall, this is how markets move. So once you understand that and you have that kind of confidence and gain that type of understanding, you are able to build that faith that all things will be fine. You understand? You're able to build that confidence and faith that all will be well and I can hold on strong, right? It's the same thing with faith, right? Once you know why you believe what you believe in faith, right? When the storms of life come, try to push you off of your faith, you're not easily moved. And so same concept here, all right? Once again, stay blessed. We love you. God loves you. You can, you will, you must. Take care.